Woke up this morning, the sky was gray. Another storm, another endless day. Thought I was drowning in the deep, but something in me refused to sleep. Every tear, every fear made me stronger.
So this is me doing this in basic cost for 1,100 words, basic cost. Come on. $700 tokens credits. Before I ran it, ran 594 tokens credits. It's not bad, but it has a tendency to write in a slightly different way, less structured. Not bad, just less structured. Look, this actually looks like it's going to do like it did a single one. But so I have at the very top, I have my brainstorming template. I've got the thing that so that's brainstorming up here. Waiting for it to come in. So it's going to show you what's in my draft and scenes and extra instructions. So I just say invent 13 new story ideas for a pilot novel, write it in the full elevator pitch, include logline premise, reader hook, serious potential. I've got this hooked up to the YA horror and monster. And so when I duplicate the brainstorm, I'm going to get this copy of brainstorm, and it will have my scenes and my extra instructions once they load in. So it's just, I don't have to do it over and over again. So I'm working with an empty project. I don't have anything in my story bubble. The story bubble is turned on. If you want to play around and try other things by putting stuff into genre or style, totally go ahead and do that. Try it. Or if you have a particular character that you're trying to focus around, you can put some character names in there. But I'm not doing that here. I'm just giving it free reign. And I'm going in here in my copy of Brainstorm, and I'm going to do it with Muse at 11 because I want too creative for this project. And I have these extra instructions, includes the logline premise, reader hook, and I'm just going to leave this wherever it is. I'm ignoring it right now. It doesn't really affect what I'm doing right now. Ignore any complaints. Look at whatever it says estimate. Estimated credits 5 to 7,000. Estimated words 7 to 1,100. Maybe, I don't know. But check as you're doing stuff and it's making estimates. Go back and check what it says, what you did, how many words did you get, what did it cost you for credits. Your gut instinct on what things cost is going to be more precise than their estimates. You'll know whether their estimates are right or not as you're looking at them, because you're going to say, no, I don't have anything in my story Bible, or actually my story Bible is very heavy. This is going to be a lot more expensive. Now, maybe at some point those will be a lot more accurate. Right now, it's a bit hit and miss in terms of whether it matches it. So this is taking a little bit of time to write up my 13 new story ideas with the structure that I'm hoping to get. As we're waiting for it, does anyone have any questions? You can speak up if you like, or if Menon wants to say any from the chat.
There's nothing so far beside the fact that you have a lot of tabs.
I have a lot of tabs. So I have a system where I export a finished thing, or mostly finished thing, out of Sudowrite onto my local storage, and then I put it up onto my Google Drive, and then I turn it from a docx into a Google document. Then I work on the Google document, and I can access it from other Claude or ChatGPT.
John?
Yes.
I replaced your screen because remember I did I did that.
Yeah.
So we can show them the result that happened, because I did everything that John is showing you. So during that one is doing his 13 one. This is one that was done with what John just showed you. So I invented 13 new story idea for a pilot novel. Write this up in a full elevator pitch format. And this is the result there, which is giving us, and that one is used with Muse. So it gave us a very good result. So I can put that in the chat so you guys can actually read it on your own time. So where's my chat?
There is also a couple shares of a similar structure inside of that document I shared in Notion.
So this is the step that John is asking or is showing you right now. So he's doing all 13. So that's the one which seems to be the one I choose to do that story. The 13 one. Is it finished? Is your screen
No, it's not. It's completely just sort of hanging on me.
Okay.
Nope, hasn't refreshed. I just checked it.
So after that, what do you do, John?
You pick one of those that you like. So you have to go through and decide which one you like. And then you copy that into its own document and you create a daisy chain. So and ignoring the brainstorming chunk, oh, did I just get something? Almost.
So the daisy chain that John is talking about is this, the 3 dots here on top.
Okay, so yeah, so you have the Y horror monster research chat. You have a chat that you did with to get the ideas. You find the idea that you like, you put it in its own document, you hook that document back up to the Y horror monster research and ignore the brainstorm of ideas. And then you create a new empty project or sorry, empty document that you link to your idea. And so there's a daisy chain from the Y horror monster doc to the idea you want to go on to the new empty one, which we're going to use to brainstorm a story Bible.
Did it finish?
I think it might have. I gotta see if it's
So I brought it in
refreshed yet.
and I link it here, and then that's the next step after that. It's invent.
Yeah. So the next step is going to be the brainstorm deeper using story Bible draft.
Mm-hmm. So you link
And
to that that idea.
yeah, with under the 3 dots, and you tell it to
Invent.
invent.
A new story Bible and complete details outlined for a pilot novel. And then the extra instruction is here with a lot of information. This is the most important part, I think, of this is everything you want inside your story Bible format. So including the detailed chapter by chapter outline with the POV character, chapter type, relative time, cast, setting, trope, subtrope, trope stage. So it's very completed. And this is the result once you do it. And this one seems I did it. I followed the whole thing on the Muse, and John says you don't have to use Muse the whole time, but this one is done on Muse. So this is the Story Bible, book 1, the rival archive.
Viral archive.
So we have the premises, the log line. We have our 4 teenager doing this, then the genre DNA. That's an interesting way that Muse enter the information, and somehow it says, oh, but that's John in here. So the composition, the core themes. So it's very, very detailed world building. Give us 9,044 words of word building. Are you doing with
So
numbers?
Linksy would like to see the very top as well, so you can take an extra picture of the what you've
Very
got.
top of what this?
Yeah, what does this look like to you? So right now this has the rewrite the complete, but she just did number 1. Those second 2 are not being done.
Yeah.
And then the extra instructions, it's just this mirrors the information at the very top of my extra instructions. In the document I shared, I have extra instructions there that ask for a lot more information per chapter, which kind of reflects some of the Tropperator kind of stuff that I asked for.
Because there was that rewrite with that opus. So that's the opus rewrite right there. And then write a story Bible for the next book in this series.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why we did it that way, was to, that's why those are there. So rewrite was like, we rewrote it with opus. So she did the complete outline generated with Muse, and then we told opus to rewrite it. It was not cheap. I don't think it was 100,000 credits though, but it was not cheap. And then the last one is we came back afterwards and said, okay, well, I want the next the outline for the next book in my series. And so you can keep walking through, and you use it in a way that's sort of like a chat, but it's not really a chat. And you have full editorial control, so you can go in and look at the answers that it's giving you, and you can fix it. And any changes that you make are going to be used in the next time you push that draft button. It reads back whatever you've done to it.
Yeah. So that first one, basically, that's the first one. It gave me 4,231 words. I really like the last part of it, the little tagline. It's very, very cute, and you can use it on other stuff. So kind of fun to have. But this answer of 4,231 is the first answer. That first sentence here, this one here. And then the second one is basically the second one. So I got they all in the same one, and just, what did you do there? So I just put them all in the same area. So basically this one, the rewrite with opus, I believe that's the one here. And I don't know if I can.
And at first I was like, I don't think we need to do that, but I think it was nice. It actually came out pretty good.
I don't think it's there. So, but yeah, this is the opus version. He did a fair work on it. It's not bad at all. It's smaller, if I recall, with the opus. So we got 1,008 6.
That's something that's different in my Notion. I actually tell it
and that
I
one,
actually tell it to do 24 chapters, right? Ask it for the number of chapters that you want in your outline.
Yeah. And then this is the last question, basically, to write the story for the next book series. That's what it is here. This is the second book of under the same idea that I choose. We got this the book number 2 of that series right there, and that one use I got 3,130 words, and then it says and book 2 story Bible. So this is a full story Bible for book 2, and we still have that cute little book tagline. So how you doing there on your screen?
I'm not refreshing. Do you want to just try to do a quick brand new run of that from my?
All right, so your screen doesn't work?
It's pink still. It's just trying to refresh what it was doing, and it's not giving me anything.
All right, so what you want me to do?
Make a new project. Import from there the docx file that is the rewrite. All right, the research paper that I gave, that one. Yeah.
Is it that one? No, that's not that one. That one is the 33 page. Hold on, I have to go get yours. That should be in your notes. This one?
Yeah.
So basically we click on it. It's supposed to save, so it's right here. So I'm going to go back in, import, go in my download, put them in list. That one here, open.
There we go. Now hook up your untitled to this thing. Good, so that's linked. And then now go grab the scenes from my document. So yeah, I gotta go for brainstorm market, that where to go. put that in, and then go grab the extra instructions. Thanks. And let's run this with Muse at 11, which always feels like we're talking about news at 11.
Anything do here?
Leave that. Yeah, just ignore it. Lisa, yes, definitely. You can do this in ChatGPT. You can do this in Claude. I'm just pointing out this is a way that I would do this in Sudowrite because people don't really know how you can use Sudowrite. Why do I want to do it in Sudowrite? Because I can't use Muse any other way. So let's generate this prose. And that's I was sort of enthralled at getting the kinds of answers that you're going to see in a little bit.
Just in case if some of you wants to leave because they have to do or they go to work or things like that, please feel free. When it's done, like I said, it's going to be a series of 4 videos attached to that session. So including that session that I'm going to attach inside that Word document. Under the link here, under everything, you're going to have all those videos attached that you will have to be able to see step by step, but with pause, because at some point I just paused the video instead of waiting for this to take his sweet time to do it. So these I pause in those videos. You're welcome, Marcus. Because it can be long. We do ask a lot to the AI. We give it a lot of information, even though this one is empty yet. But when it's all full and we ask this thing to...
There it goes.
Yeah. So the deep end, log line.
When the new kid on the block, Casey, is sent to summer swim camp in the site of the vanished lakeside town, they discover the local cryptid is just as real and just as lonely as they are. At Lake Vale, the water is glassy, the instructors are military strict, and the swim team hierarchy is even more Byzantine than Casey's old high school. But under the midnight surface, the ancient girl in the lake story is not only true, it's evolving. The camp's clique system is upended when Casey, non-binary, hyperlogical, friendless, finds themselves targeted by something with a voice like static and hands that reach through the fog. Think Mean Girls meets Annihilation with the horror dialed up to skin prickle. Non-binary lead, a monster with motives, and a neurodiverse swim team face off in a literal sink or swim scenario. For fans of existential scares, camp politics, and folklore that bites back. Series potential: a swim or sink trilogy. Book Lake Vale. Book 2 is Chlorine. Book 3 is Riptide. Each summer brings a new camp, a new cryptid, and deeper unraveling of the monster network, maybe less monsters than the system that breeds it. Final boy, logline. In a town where every Halloween produces a final girl survivor, Eli, the anxious son of a washed-up horror movie actress, is the first final boy to ever make it out alive, and the monsters are not happy about the precedent. Grisly, mysterious deaths are practically a seasonal tradition in Fog Den. Every October, a single teenage girl outlasts a supernatural massacre, becomes this minor celebrity, is then erased from memory by graduation. Eli, genderqueer horror film addict, is used to being invisible, but when he accidentally survives, the town's invisible rules turn against him. Now the monsters stalk him, and so do the survivors. We did not ask for non-binary or genderqueer and stuff. I'm enjoying it. Maybe there's something in my thing that is, I don't think it is though. I think it's just because we didn't direct it against that, say. So if you don't want that, you may need if you're finding you're getting stuff that you don't want, try to aim it by giving it a little more information about the characters. Specifically, you could just say stereotypical gender roles or something like that in the genre. Log line. So that 9 lives left. So here we get what we're getting is a good session of these things. We could share this with people, but it's still writing, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's on 7, 8, 8.
And it will probably it'll probably get to 13.
Oh yes.
If it dies, you can complete it, but we won't try to do that today. Thanks, Andrew. How to win friends and exercise people. YouTube famous skeptic Riley's prank show backfires when her ghost hunting challenge actually summons a demon, and now her only chance at survival is teaming up with the off-brand Ghostbusters club she's mocked for years. Riley is all about the clicks and the controlled chaos of her staged hauntings, but the demon is real and it wants more than just her soul, it wants a fan base. As supernatural events spiral, Riley and her crew, plus a disgraced exorcist and her ghost fanatic brother, must battle for the town's soul while live streaming the whole thing, but the demon learns with every view. Social media satire meets possession horror with a cunning, unreliable protagonist whose redemption arc is a genuine as her audience is fake. Witty, wild, and timely, perfect for readers raised on TikTok and BuzzFeed Unsolved. Lisa likes the premises. Good, I like that one too, I think. Supernatural threat with a shifting cast of YouTube-styled experts, ghosts, cryptids, curses, all with a viral twist.
Oh, it's done.
It's done. And how many did we get? Did we get two?
No,
Didn't
it's
cut.
right. Oh, that's funny. Give me the lightning thing.
It just may be the time it's taking to come in. Every year, 12 gifted teens are chosen for the reform school with one purpose: to cleanse the town's supernatural rot. Only one will make it to graduation, but not before everyone's dirty secrets and darkest powers are exposed. The story is told through the eyes of Sam, a transgender boy with pyrokinesis who wants to burn down the program but is locked in a game of manipulation, loyalty, and survival. Every challenge designed by a secretive council involves lethal magic, psychic torture, or literal blood sports. The trials are supposed to heal the town, but Sam suspects a darker agenda. Hunger Games of Suzanne Collins was possessed by Shirley Jackson, high concept, brutal, and emotionally raw, with a cast that's memorable as the powers are dangerous. The Immolation Society can shift to a new cohort, a different cursed town, or should Sam survive, move into post-school real-world horror. Chimera State. In a future where monsterization is a government-mandated disease, outcasts are herded into correctional cities, but when meek bookworm Zoe discovers she's immune and can control the infection, she becomes the face of a revolution she never wanted to lead. Zoe, introvert and aspiring poet, is outed as chimera and sent to a city full of genetically monstrous. The ruling class uses monsters for labor and entertainment. Rebellion is both constant and doomed. Zoe's power draws the attention of every faction: the resistance, the government, the monsters who want freedom, and the pure humans who want extermination. Caught between propaganda and reality, Zoe must decide.
Which one we choosing?
Let's do the last one.
The last one? All right, so what do I do?
Just copy and paste the whole of the last one into a new document.
You mean a new document will get out?
No, a document. So a new blank document. So paste it there. Link this to YA Horror Monsters. Now create a new blank document. Link this to Revolution of the Immune.
You want to tell them why? You want to tell them why?
So we're using the continuity of the idea. So it's going to say this is the story that we're working with the log line and stuff in it.
Okay.
But it also has all the information backing up that idea. So it's not just that; it's being supported by the YA horror and monster research as well. And now we're going to go grab the scenes and extra instructions for the story Bible.
Which one?
So under Brainstorm Deeper Story Bible using draft. And so just grab the scenes there. And then go grab the extra instructions all the way down.
The whole.
All the way down to include a scene at the end.
I got to go from the bottom. This way to here.
Yeah.
I really don't like Notion for that.
I know I should, but I'm going to try to we should copy that and stick it into another drop down that has just the thing to copy for that.
I cannot get it to work. Come on.
You almost got it.
It's really annoying, this part. Okay, hold on. I've got start with this.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like about Notion is that it's very hard to copy. Hopefully it's going to let me copy all. There we go.
Okay.
Is it all?
No, you don't have the stuff in between.
There's nothing
Go
between.
go copy the table again. I think you can copy the table by itself.
Where is it?
By or okay. There's like a thing that says copy table when you're in the table. No?
I know, I gotta click in it. No, it is not. Maybe there?
There.
Maybe? No.
Try again.
Ah, it doesn't want to.
Okay. Maybe select from above. There.
Let's hope that works. There you go.
Yeah, that works. Okay, that's ugly, but that'll work. Do we want to do this views at 11? We could try Sonnet 3.7. Let's do Sonnet 3.7 because it'll write longer.
Anything else to
And
change?
ignore that. Yeah, just run that.
So this is, I can tell you guys, this is another way of his workflow because the first workflow, we didn't have all that. That's the one that you asked me to send you, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is this sort of a structure for a template for a chapter.
Okay. I was working in ChatGPT and John saw one of my template and he says, "Oh, send that to me." So I sent it to him and that's what he did with it. That's cute. All right.
And
Generate.
generate. Yep. And hopefully it'll run faster than good old Muse is running. And again, it should write longer because 3.7 writes long. Maybe. But yeah, Muse got us to the end of the 13. Yeah. So this starts with a story Bible.
There's a waypoint of view. That's good one. So point the story Bible. World building, the virus and transformation, the social order. The purest citizen who has never been infected, the chimeric, the infected, the immune, rare individual, naturally resistant, the government control, the central authority maintain control thought, mandatory testing. Sounds like things we just came through out of it. Propaganda. Oh, that sounds like COVID.
Files.
But it is monster, the containment corporation, military unit that police chimeric cities, entertainment broadcasts of monster fight. The resistance underground network operate within the both pure and would you say that? Chimeric?
Chimeric.
Chimeric. The unchanged, the evolved, the naturist, the character profile. Zoe Chang. We have a lot of Chang in the horror and monster.
There's a ton of Chens. Yeah. If you don't want those, you gotta take them out. And that's what copy, find and replace is great at this stage, or at the stage before if her name was Zoe Chin and we didn't want that.
So 17 protagonists, the commander lists 50 primer antagonists. The Atlas 19 love interest for Ellie, Dr. Maya Chen, Zoe's mother, Vera 18 viral complex alley, or rival. Setting detail, new heaven, pure city, glass and steel architecture, immaculate street, constant surveillance, citizen wear biological monitor at all time, undercurrent of fear beneath the perfect facade. It's still going, so we have 3,805 words. I'm going to see where we are at the bottom. So this is basically that POV Zoe. These look pretty good when you bring them inside a Word document. It doesn't look as messy.
That's good to know. Or if maybe you could stick it in a.
Because I did stick them up inside the Word document and it was much more cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, for the one I did, so. So we had 4,900 and we are at chapter 14, 15, cliffhanger, 15 beat sheets, she kiss at last stability, constant force break capture, 16 recaptured, so she get captured many times, he or she. 17 a mother's secret, POV character, Zoe, heartbroken but resolute, kick of cause, Maya. We have a Maya? Transform body, okay.
Maya and Zoe, yeah.
Maya reveals she's conscious within the transformed state. It's going to be interesting to have a visual as that. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 7,100 to 100.
Almost there.
Almost there. Chapter 22.
Yeah, it's giving us 7,000 words. Look at Sonnet 3.7 go.
324. Should be almost done unless it's going to do a prologue and epilogue.
You might do an epilogue.
Oh, series potential, book 1, book 2, book 3. Each
Nice.
book would introduce new form and it's done.
Great. Now, that's a lot of words. And how much did it cost? 9,000. No, that's Muse.
That's Muse. So it hasn't finished the analyze, I guess.
The analyze is just what it
Oh,
does before.
38,669.
38,000. Okay.
Yeah, it just show up on top.
There we go. That's not cheap, but you got 7,000 words out of it. And I think it all holds together.
Now
The other, you can run the whole thing into a book eval, and it will actually do an evaluation of the story that you've got here. You have to select everything first.
I just need to make sure, do I have the book eval? The full evaluation?
Yeah, it'll work on that. You don't have to do it because theoretically it's gonna, yeah, hit go. But like if people don't want to do it, you don't have to do it because it's not really helpful. Though sometimes, it needs revision. That's different. What is going to complain that doesn't have any dialogue?
It's not a story. Basically, it's an outline with everything cut down. There's nothing really. Yeah, you like the world building. There's no dialogue, so obviously.
It's interesting. I ran it once before and it was fine with the scarcity of stuff here.
But it's not a story. Basically, it's a whole breakdown of the series, and it's a whole big story Bible.
Okay, so what I do next is I copy this to a docx file, or I export this, and then I do project import of this file. So this is similar to what Lisa was talking about that she's doing with
Import this way
ChatGPT.
or a brand new one?
A brand new one. And it will take a little while to run, so we can take more questions or if anyone has anything they'd like to share. And these prompts that we're using, you can use the same prompts, you can fill it with the market information I provided, or you can ask it to go do its own deep research for you that's specific to the story niche that you're trying to tell. And you can use some of my prompts to do what you're doing, change them as you see fit. One of the things that's nice about working with something like ChatGPT is it'll learn to do what you want it to do. And if you say, actually, I don't want the non-binary characters, it's easy to tell it that, and it'll just do what you want. Good
That one
question.
is the
Nice.
one which is at 105,117 word. This is the young adult, or the middle grade.
Yeah.
So the locker 77. So that's the one that I work on. It's halfway edited. It's going to be a good one.
Nice. And the awakening chimera state is extracting right now.
It's on step 3.
Lynx asking how long we're going. I don't know. We should probably get off soon.
Yeah, you can get off at any time. So basically, we're going to finish this, me and John, and get the video out. I don't know how long we've been on, an hour and a half.
Yeah. Michelle, is this similar to the long story dossier? That's cool. Is it you like using it with in terms of back and forth with the AI, or the it gives you enough information? What's your take on what we're doing? This way saves time. It definitely does save time, but it also provides us with enough meat to
Yeah.
do something. I think is kind of what's neat. And the fact that Manon is getting to 100,000 word pretty quickly is sort of cool.
Yeah, it's as long as everything is done, like I said, Locker 77, it's the story Bible, it's pretty intense. So my genre is very, very, very blend, but I have my style. My synopsis is very small, but really it's when I work very, very hard on all my character, and my world building is very intense. Like I have all those cards. Monster cards are making a big difference in getting a lot more information for the story. And as you can see, I have tons of more information that I brought in inside the story. And the outline, as you can see, it's very detailed and it's very long. So chapter 1 is not just 1 or 2 little paragraph. So I have my starting of it, the alternative between what's going on and what's happening in that locker 77.
How did you prompt it to get that? Is it really four scenes per chapter essentially? Did you give it a prompt that you want like 4 acts per scene per
No, what
chapter?
I find out is in the past, when you do the outline, and for one thing, the outline is one that I brought in. It's my outline with 24 monster, which is, I believe that's the one, or the horror one. It's not the first one, it's the, where's my outline, best outline? It's not the first one, it's the second one that I use. So I use our monster and I took all of it all the way to the bottom. So this one is more detail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I brought in for Locker 77 to bring a outline in. And obviously there's a lot more information in that outline. As you can see, the protagonists often sacrificed. There's a lot of information in this here, which give that very intense outline. Where is it? Like this. When the outline is not big enough, I go here and when it's only one paragraph or 2, I go and I just do a rewrite and I ask what's missing. And I was very, very intense. I wanted to have that bottom or the cliffhanger at the end of each chapter and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that
So
makes
that's kind of cool. I like that a lot. Manon, Lisa was asking how you develop some of your persona. Do you want to show that a little bit?
the
Or
first.
this looks like it finished. So let's like take a look inside here, and then we'll come back to how can you make your own persona if you're interested in doing that.
Yeah. So
So
we have
this is the genre: young adult dystopian science fiction, political thriller, monster horror, identity exploration, power dynamics, resistant movement, transformation, romantic subplot, World building sequel potential. Sequel potential in the genre. Okay. Uh, I would use my own style on this. So I think I've shared that in places. I don't know.
Style guide? No.
No. There it is. That the stuff in yellow is my style.
That's going to be too long. So
That to there, that to describe characters. The rest of it I leave in, but that's what I put in my style box. Let's see what the story Bible looks like. Sorry, the story Bible, the outline. I'm wondering if it filled the outline in like I want it. So what it didn't do for me here was bring in all those elements that I wanted it to track. And so I would work to get those elements into my outline, or what's most important is into my scenes, so that in a chunk, one chunk at a time. This isn't bad, but this is not did it give me, the problem is it's not counting my chapters, so I can't, it's not making it easy for me to evaluate what it did with the chapters.
20.
20?
Yeah. One thing that I do to expand my chapter here, because I don't like this part here, what I do is I go here, put that at present, put it at first person.
Yeah.
This is one trick that I do with a lot when it's just that small, and I just go and do the rewrite. I don't say anything else, I just do rewrite. And that's where I get these things really well expanded.
So do the
Just by
rewrite.
changing that tense and the POV. So you'll see.
Oh, it's coming?
Yeah.
You didn't ask for anything?
Nothing. Just change the
Okay.
tense and the POV.
Okay.
Because I know you don't like the fact that it doesn't say chapter.
Yeah, I probably would have nagged the whole thing to rewrite, make sure it's got all these elements. Or I wouldn't rewrite it. I would just try to figure out how to get the thing that I created. Look at that. That's a whole story in itself, right?
You see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So it really does go back and rewrite the whole, just that big paragraph at the right tense, and it does a lot more information, and that's really that I like that part, because at chapter end, da. So this is how I get these to expand, just by leave it to the third person, past tense, the whole book, and I just go back and change it, and then do that to every single one of them until they expand the same way than this one.
That's interesting. I wonder how long those would be. So in a way, if those chapters do feel good, like generate, like that would be like 10,000 words right there or more.
Yeah.
Because if you left all those as separate scenes, so maybe it would feel rather episodic. Like maybe each of these chapters could be a short book in a long series.
Well, that's how I got to 100,000 words.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you had more. You just had 4. 1, 2, 3. How many scenes is this?
1, 2, 3. That one has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So that one is normally they have at least 4 scenes when we do that. But then I'd like to
do
see
the next one. See what it is. Yeah. No, I'm just thinking like maybe what your response.
Ask for something different too. I just let it go because for me, it gave me a very good result. And I can tell you the story that is written from this. It's crazy. Because the detail they give, it's just enough for a good scene. When the past was a good beat. See? So there's a lot of information right there. One thing that I find out is when I do that, our character lists sometimes change. I'm not sure why I was doing that. Sometimes I saw character appearing after the fact. So
when you were generating the
yeah, each chapter like that, I saw character popping up on top, and I was like, huh, where are they coming from? Because I already came in and did all these tags. they were all done. And that's
Ah,
why I knew
and then
that new one showed up because as they come underneath and there was no tag at all in them. So that was kind of interesting to find that out. I never mentioned that to Sudowrite. I kept working on and just so maybe someone else did figure it out too. I don't know.
cool.
So we have a pretty interesting world building. So what would you do now?
I don't know. I'm sitting here going, oh, can I turn each of these chapters into a book that feels comfortable enough to be this giant series that has a huge series arc? Maybe. I
Another
don't know.
question.
But that's kind of where I want to go with something like this right now. But I don't know that I'm there yet. So what would I do now? I would set up the Tropperator. This is the problem. We're in between right now. So I would probably do what you just did to each of those
Chapters.
things, but and then do I need like the other? I feel like I need the other information in there, but maybe I don't. I would run Tropperator on the entire thing, um, and yeah, we just say go. Let's see what it does for that first chapter. Take the last normal day and copy the whole thing into your yeah, just cop not the no not just the first chapter that you just created with the all the first chapter.
Mm-hmm. Just that?
No, just the last normal day.
We cannot, oh, we have to just go.
Copy and paste. Yeah, select all. Copy. I'm interested. What happens if you stick that into Tropperator? Like, will Tropperator understand that that's a scene or multiple scenes? Go. Or will it just write just one chapter for us? So right now we're looking at how many chapters did we get out of the first one?
20.
No, out of Tropperator so far.
I don't know. I'm trying to go down and it's not, hold on, because there's two of them going on. So I have to get the first one. Where is it?
Chapter 2.
11.
Okay. 12,
12,
13, 14.
15, 16, 17.
Okay, almost got to 20.
Almost done.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what it did with the first one because I'm still interested in what sculpture we could do with the as some kind of series.
Getting quite a bit of information for just one chapter.
That's my question. Is that what it did?
Yeah, that's the escape, almost like a book on its own here.
That's what I'm saying. If I can just write that first chapter with this Tropperator, how long is it? Will it write me a book, which is essentially the first book in the series that's going to go through this?
Wow, that's a lot of information. Did I miss something here?
Has it?
Ted is doing a book.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But is it doing
Doing the what?
did it just do a book of the first chapter?
Thing is, I'm not sure there because it's a lot of information for just this.
Let's see what it says.
Do you want to read all that? It's a lot of words.
No, I don't want to read all of it. But
He gave us 2,271 words for just chapter 1.
well, that it may have done that, or it may have gone in and given us
Read
others.
everything.
I'd have to read it to
Yeah,
figure out what it did.
Figure out what it did.
But if it kind of fit it into chapter 1 and it would work in terms of being its own little book, then that might be a neat way
Yeah.
to work with a series.
Mm-hmm. That's something you want. I will put it inside the.
Yeah. Give me that and then give me the normal day as well at the top of it.
So give it the first one first with all the. Wait, it's not finished. We're going to get it to finish. Many people stay with us because they can see that how crazy we can become when we keep working. They're going to think we're not. They're going to think we are not.
We are nuts. It's okay.
So I got the first one. Okay, that's the number one here. So that it's even longer. The one chapter alone is longer.
Give me the one chapter by itself in its own document. And then also at the top of that, put the information from the document. We think it's chapter 1. That's what I got to figure out. Yeah.
All right, so want to finish that one?
Sure. So tell it to start at chapter 18 and continues to the end.
Is that 18? Yeah. So Tropperator start at chapter 18 and continue writing until the end. Start chapter 18, continue until the end. Go. Did I make a mistake?
No.
There we go. 18.
Oh, we get to chapter 23.
24. That's one thing which we have to stop very, very, very carefully because they stuck the chapter to the last sentence, so it's very hard to see them. 25. So he gave us more chapter. 26. 27.
Tropperator's not supposed to do this. Okay, fine. I'll take
So we
all
have
your
a longer
chat.
outline now.
Sure.
So we just delete the first part of 18 and pass in.
And get rid of the thank you. Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. Something to play around with.
Go, and I'm going to give you the chapter 1 too.
Yeah.
So are we going to finish that story, you think? Through your
I might, or we
this
might go
time?
nuts and make a full series out of it. We'll see what I think
All right,
about
so
that.
what's next we do, John?
We could stop now. I don't know. You have your writer persona card.
Oh yeah.
And then you also need to create a card for your story Bible that has the entire import file in it.
So in those steps here we are.
We're after run Tropperator. We just ran Tropperator and create the Tropperator card. We need to create a story Bible card called SB that holds all that information that we imported in, that we brought, that we created, that we
So
imported.
we need this one. I need to copy this entirely.
Yeah.
Set that copy. We go in the world building and we go under
Style guide.
style guide right there. We
And
put everything in here and we put the TR.
yeah.
It's a long card. There we go. TR.
And then the other one is one of style story Bible card. So we need to create another style guide card is fine. So people might why don't I have a story bubble card? It's because they're more or less the same. They just have one. They just got one trait, and they're easy to name. And so we want to copy the entire the page. Oh, that's what I've got for my writer.
Is that the right one?
It's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Or do you want to create a new one?
Well, that's what Lisa was asking, if you could show her how to create a new one. But let's do this one for now, just so it's set up.
Because it's not. Is it your persona?
Mine is SG. This the style guide or the persona. Yeah. And then you can then make another card that is DSB, which is copy the Chimera State Awakening document and put that in there.
SB, which is
Chimera State Awakening document. You got to go back to the Sudowrite, the one that we imported. There.
That one?
Yeah. Copy all that and stick it in the SB. And then collapse those so you don't have to look at it.
People asking me to go to the gym. So it's not, I don't go to the gym. I'm doing the keyboard thing.
Okay, so the what is the problem I'm seeing with the project that we have at this point is we've got different sets of chapters. We've got the number of chapters that are in the outline. We've got the number of chapters that are in the Tropperator card. We've got the number of chapters that are in the document that I imported. So there's like 24 in the document I imported. There's 20 in the outline, and there's 27 in the other thing. And right now they should all match. So
they don't, because Tropperator gave more.
Yeah, and I just let it do that. So I'm a total fault here. I mean, we could try running it, but essentially what I would be doing next, what I would be doing next time or whatever would be creating the chapters, essentially the scenes. So we could do it the way you do it with None, where you copy the whole outline into a single chapter, you connect the chapter, you duplicate the stuff and stick it in. So you could do it that way. Or you could export the outline and then re-import the outline. I might be nasty and tell it to rewrite the outline so it's actually 24, rewrite the outline so it has all the information I want at the top. But essentially you would put like that. Except that has to be it. That would.
Now you can see that the way that it's done with those there's more scene to it.
Oh, you know why it did 27? Maybe because we had 6?
That might be because of that, yeah.
Yeah. Claire? Oh, are we on your time? Is that what's going on?
What's going on? Are we?
I just Claire's here, and I'm wondering if I'm.
Are we having another class?
Maybe. Hey.
Yeah, that's the author Black Prose. Yeah, we're going to kick out.
Okay, we gotta go. Sorry. Thanks, Claire. Bye-bye.
All right. So we'll stop for today. We'll finish that on my own Zoom.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Come take a journey, step inside, where stories bloom and hearts collide. From French cafes to Spanish skies, we write the world, no need to hide. Muse is calling loud and clear, in every voice, in every sphere. With Man and Dahlia by your side, let Sudowrite be your magic guide. No borders, no walls, just rhythm and rhyme, writing in every language, one line at a time. From Berlin dreams to Rome's old stone, with moves in your hands, you're never is your global symphony. Custom prompts and secret hacks we find to muse and never look back. In German journals or tales in French, we spark the fire, no need to quench. Write with flair, with truth, with soul. In every tongue you'll feel whole. Sudowrite's the key, just take the chance and let your voice begin to dance. Oh, dark, no borders, no walls, just rhythm and rhyme. Writing in every language, one line at a time. From Tokyo lights to Chile's breeze, we're crafting dreams with creative ease. So dive in deep, let your words be free. This is your global symphony. Écris ton rêve, cuenta tu historia, verschreib mit Herz.